Hello Planning Mashers and welcome. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you always know when I release a new video. Now, self-care is very important, but I realize that this is really something I forget about the most, unless I have a kind of a reminder. And that's what we're doing today. We're gonna create several self-care related pages to make sure you always remember to take care of yourself and stay at your best, both physically and mentally. So, get your supplies and let's dive in. We are starting with a quote page. Now, I am pretty obsessed with creating quote pages, and if you want to learn how to do that, I do have a separate blog post about it. I will leave the link in the description. I feel like it's a really useful thing to have in your bullet journal for self-care reasons. It can be a great reminder to take care of yourself. Also, actually, a good quote can be such a great pick-me-up when you're having like a bad day or, I don't know, just tired. And you don't even have to create a quote page like this where you just have one huge quote. You can just add your favorite quotes to one page and use it that way. Maybe you just want to print it out and cut it out and stick it on your bullet journal. Whatever technique you want to use, just make sure you add a few quotes to your bullet journal. Plus, for me personally, I realized that just creating those quote pages is kind of a self-care because it allows me to just have my own me time, to be creative, to, I don't know, try new things. It's kind of a little sanctuary for me every time I open my bullet journal, especially when I'm creating quote pages. The next page is ideas for self-care on the go. I know usually when you say self-care, you feel like, I don't know, 1 hour bath or a whole day spa visit or something like that. So basically that it's something time consuming. And of course, how can you find time for this? Life is like so busy. But it actually doesn't have to be that way. And that's why I'm creating this page, which is full of ideas of little things that just take 10-15 minutes. Sometimes having just 15 minutes a day spent on something you like is all you need. It's very useful to create a spread like this in your bullet journal. So the next time when you have 15 minutes, you don't spend it on your cell phone checking your Instagram feed. Just take a look at this page, see what do you feel like doing right now, and just do it. Just do something for yourself because you deserve it. Self-care is not selfish, and you have to take care of yourself. You have to make yourself a priority because if you're not at your best, you won't be doing your best work. You won't be able to help other people. You might just end up having a breakdown from working too hard and not paying attention to yourself. And speaking of this page, if you are part of Archer and Olive Club, I did create a blog post for them and a free printable of this checklist. If you want to get it, just go to Archer and Olive website and join their subscription. I will link their website in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my printable. It is available both in black and white and color. So if you want to just print and add it to your bullet journal in black and white and enjoy coloring just like I do here, or maybe just print it out colored and make it an important reference point for the future. The next spread we are creating today is a mood tracker. What I realize is that when you are working, or I don't know, you're all into your chores or have something else on your mind, even when you want to have time for self-care, sometimes you just skip the moment when you actually need it. And you don't realize that you needed some time for yourself until maybe it's already too late and I don't know, your head is already exploding. And that's why I think you really should have a mood tracker in your bullet journal. Because this spread will help you monitor your mental health and kind of be a signal for you to know when you really need to take a break and to take care of yourself so you don't end up sleeping for 2 days, which is usually my reaction to stress. And since the whole theme of today's video is self-care, I decided to create my mood tracker kind of a self-care related, because what can be better than a bubble bath? Just in case you don't know how to use mood trackers, there is a little key at the bottom where I assign colors for my moods from very good to very bad. And for each day, I would just color the bubble with the color according to how I feel during the day. Now, there is a different way of doing a mood tracker. You can actually assign color to specific types of moods. But for me, it never really worked that way because I have like tons of different moods and I never even know which exact moods to include to my mood tracker. So I am much comfortable just doing general evaluation on how well the day went. The next spread is another tracker, and this is kind of a self-care tracker. Here you write down several ideas of simple things you can do for yourself, and just make sure that each day you do at least one thing from the list. All of these things I included here are super simple things, just 10-15 minutes a day. And thanks to this tracker, you will be able to make sure that you do spend time on yourself and kind of establish that self-care habit. And the final spread is something new I tried for this video, and I must say I really enjoyed it. This spread is things I love about myself. So basically I just sat down and yes, I created this kind of a lettering style piece in the middle, but that's just something I'm quite obsessed about. Then I took some time to just write down the things I love about myself. This was a fantastic experience. It really reminded me how kind of cool I actually am. And right now I'm kind of overwhelmed and there are a lot of things happening and I feel like I'm not doing enough. But since I had some time and I just wrote down things I love about myself, it really reminded me that I'm pretty awesome and I totally can do it. And maybe instead of freaking out, I can just take some time for myself and have a break. And I really think it will be a great page to look back at, like every time I have some blue days, or if I'm stressing about something, or I'm like not happy with what I'm doing, or feel like I'm not doing enough, I can always just look back at this spread and feel the love for myself again and feel positive, feel energized. I don't know, just because I sat down and I came up with so many things I love about myself. I'm thinking maybe at some point a good idea would be to create a log of the things other people like about me. I know it sounds like it's a very, very selfish thing to do, but sometimes this is the exact pick-me-up thing you need, and hey, I'm not embarrassed about it. So, which one of these pages do you think you'll be using in your bullet journal? Let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next video. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!